Hello everyone, I'm going to go over my level 78 Darkness Severed Necromancer, and this is an Inferno build that I'm working on. I'm going to go through the skill tree really fast. Remember, this is for Inferno. It'd probably work for Nightmare as well, but this is the build I'm using for Inferno at the moment. I'll go through it very quickly. At the end of the video, I will do a dungeon at the end of it, so you can see how the build works. So right now, I have one in Reap, and I have one in the where you create a corpse after every 5 seconds while using Reap. Then I have Unliving Energy to increase my essence by 9. And then I have Sever maxed out. And I have Paranormal Sever. After every 4th cast of Sever, I make enemies vulnerable for 2 seconds. Then I have Spiked Armor. And then I got a lot in the corpse skills. I have Death's Embrace. I have Iron Maiden with Abhorrent Iron Maiden. I have 1 point in amplified damage. I also have Decrepify. And then at the end I have Abhorrent Decrepify. I also have Death's Reach. Then in the corpse skills, I have 3 in the Gruesome Mending, 5 in the corpse Tendrils, and then I practically have all of the darkness abilities: Reaper's Pursuit, Gloom, Terror, Crippling Darkness. And then for the ultimate, I have Bone Storm, Prime Bone Storm, Supreme Bone Storm. And then for the key passives, I have ShadowBlight. I'm going to go into the Book of the Dead really fast. I am using Defenders with Sacrifice for 15 non-physical resistance. Skeleton Mages, I'm using Shadow Mages. That gives me 15 more essence to my maximum. And then Golems, I'm using Blood for more max life for 10%. I'm going to jump into the Paragon tree really fast, and the key glyphs that you want to work on. The first glyph that you're going to want to work on is going to be Territorial. Excuse me. The second glyph that you're going to work on is going to be Control. And the third one is going to be Gravekeeper. In the order that I picked up my abilities was I picked up Prime, then I worked up and I took Knowledge, and then I took Preservation, then I picked up Resilience. Then I took the Scent of Death Paragon Board, and then I went and I took Ruin, and then I went and I took the other Preservation node, and then I worked my way all the way over here, and I picked up Targeted. It might not work out the exact same way that I'm doing it right now, so you could adjust on the fly to what you want to actually do at this time. So after I picked up Targeted, I just made sure that I picked up all the rest of the nodes on the board. It doesn't really matter what you take them in, but I focused on a lot of maximum life. So I took Shadow Resilience, and then I went and I took the other Resilience on the normal board. And then last but not least, I took Erudite. And so that's the Paragon board and how I went about getting all the abilities for it. I'm gonna jump into the character really fast, and I'm gonna go through everything that's on the gear and then I'll have an explanation of what I was trying to do. The helmet has intelligence, total armor, dexterity, and reduced cooldown. And the enchant on it is when you use Bone Storm, you gain 5% of your base life for 10 seconds every time it damages an enemy. I find this to be really, really useful and good for large elite packs. The chest has damage reduction to distance enemies, damage reduction 20 to stats, and max life. And I have the enchant that has armor for 4 seconds when you deal any form of damage, stacking up to 40% to 25%. Then I have the gloves. I have crit chance, +4 to Sever, 45 intelligence, and 12 attack speed. Not the perfect gloves. I didn't realize I could change a stat on this, and instead I'd probably change his attack speed. I'd probably like to get wisdom or more reduced cooldown or more health. And the enchant I haven't is increased chance to critical strike and 30% to 60% critical damage bonus to when I use corpse tendrils. Then the chest has damage reduction while injured, damage reduction, dexterity, damage reduction from distant enemies, and it has a really good enchant that has barrier every time you see an elite every 10 seconds. It can only happen every 30 seconds. The boots has corpse tendrils plus the stats, willpower, damage reduction while injured. And this one's huge. The enchant is unstoppable, and what unstoppable does is it breaks any crowd control that's on you for 4 seconds. This effect has a 35-second cooldown. The less the better. The weapon has intelligence, critical strike damage, vulnerable damage, and core skill damage. And the enchant has every second you stand still, you get a percentage to your attack damage. And I am using overpowered gems for it. The chest, the leggings, and the helm all have percentage to max life. The necklace has damage reduction, cooldown reduction, willpower, and essence cost reduction. And the enchant is when I have Decrepify and Iron Maiden on, the mobs take 50% more damage. The first ring I have crit chance, overpowered damage, maximum essence, and maximum life. And the enchant on this could be anything that you want. Right now I didn't realize I had the wrong enchant on there, I apologize. So I'd probably take the ShadowBlight to where after I damage it every 6 times with ShadowBlight, it stacks to do more damage. The other ring I have has damage to close enemies, damage to stun enemies, vulnerable damage, damage to injured enemies. And you deal 120% increased damage for 6 seconds after ShadowBlight. Key passive damages enemies 10 times. This would probably be really, really good on, the enchant would be really good on a weapon because it'd probably be like about 240 damage. So you might want to switch the ring enchant that I have right on now to the weapon, and then switch the weapon enchant to the ring. So that goes over the gear. I'm gonna hop into the dungeon and demonstrate. And also, I'm using the wrong gem in this ring. All the gems should be armor, plus armor, the necklace in both rings. So I'm going to jump into a level 37 tiered map. Okay, I'm gonna go over the rotation and what the rotation is without being able to do it in game at the same time because the game moves faster than I could talk. And I'm gonna tell you why you're using what you're using at the time of doing it and what's going on. So the first thing is you're going to use Reap, and once you use Reap, a corpse is when you hit a creature and you use Reap, the creature is going to drop a corpse, and then when you have that corpse and you locate that corpse, you're going to use corpse tendrils. And what corpse tendrils is going to do is it's going to suck in a radius all the mobs in towards you. It's going to stun them, make them vulnerable, and slow them at the same time. Once you do that, you're going to use Decrepify because you want to slow them in order to get more damage from them. And plus you're using your skill points to get more reduced cooldown on Bone Storm and Corpse Tendrils. After Decrepify, you're going to use Iron Maiden. What Iron Maiden is going to do is it's going to give you back mana, and every time a creature hits you, it's going to take damage. And if you kill something when Iron Maiden is on it, you get health back. And after all that, you're going to start using Sever as much as possible. So whenever Corpse Tendrils pops back up, you're going to use that again on the pack of elites. And then you're going to redo Decrepify, and then you're going to use Iron Maiden again, and then you're going to use Sever. In the description below, I'll try to have everything that I have in the build, and try to explain as best as that I can in the description. So if you want to check that out, that's cool. I'll have all the information in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you watch the next video. Thank you for watching again.